Them was jokes. I was fooling y'all. I wasn't saying shit. Welcome to the motherfucking den. I am your host, Ed Honcho. I'm glad to see all you wonderful, lovely people this evening. I hope that everybody is doing well. So we got something to talk about, and I honestly wasn't going to talk about it. I really wasn't, but I got so many random notifications about this topic from different people who don't even necessarily associate with one another. And I guess that was a sign that we need to talk about it, right? We need to talk about Brittany's bodies, but we got to talk about it's more than just Brittany's bodies. We got to talk about the reality of Brittany's bodies and most westernized women, right? Because there's a lot to unpack from just that small little statement. Shannon and his shenanigans are really irrelevant to the whole conversation. We'll speak on it a little bit, but my deal is this. My deal is this: is that there's a lot of tomfoolery involved, and we're going to discuss it all. And this is Friday. It's Friday night, so you'll know what that means, right? Okay, good, good. I'm glad that you do. Anyway, so like I said, this is the Den. If you're not familiar with the Den is the best show on the entire interwebs. You can search high and low, you'll never find a better show. Why? Because of you, wonderful people. It is you, the participant within the chat, the caller in to the Denline, the behind the scene Denline texter, whatever role you play, the Discord deviants. Shout out to the Discord deviants. Yeah, we're gonna give a special name for the Discord regulars, the Discord deviants. All right. So, shout out to the Discord deviants. All righty. Just give me just a moment. Yeah, I'm getting things prepared. Actually, give me 1 second. Hold on 1 second. I got something I forgot. Give me just. Actually, I'm right here. I'm just gonna cut the thing. I forgot something very important to this part. So now that I have all the tools, all the proper devices, put the light in the right place, I guess, as well, right? Okay, cool. It's bright. It's bright. It's like a vampire. I'm like the sun and shit. Anyway, so we got to talk about Brittany Renner. We're going to talk about her body. We're going to talk about niggas, how they acting about the body. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff. Probably just not going to talk about the individual bodies themselves, right? Uh, Sarah Lou, the lovely Miss Sarah Lou, how are you? Sweetberry, I see with the giggles. The lovely Miss Bell. Eastside Harrell, what's the motherfucking deal? Unbeaten Sports, what's the motherfucking deal? Unbeaten, shout out to Unbeaten. Got in with the putt putt gang yesterday. That's funny. That was some funny shit last night. Bunch of niggas playing fucking digital putt putt and really getting serious about the shit. Um, but like I said, we got plenty to talk about, right? We're going to discuss these things. We're going to discuss the shenanigans involved around it. Now, Brittany Renner, y'all know me, man. I don't be keeping up the celebrity. I don't care. I don't be caring about what celebrities be doing. I don't care what celebrities be on. Um, but she's kind of people call her a fitness influencer or whatever. Apparently, she's more known for, I guess, sexual exploits than anything. I'm not saying like she's a. I don't even know. She might be on OnlyFans. She might have OnlyFans. Who knows? Um, I don't know the deets. I just know the name, right? And it's not even really about her deets or whatever she's talking about or whatever she's saying. It really doesn't matter. It's about this clip in particular. It's about how comfortable she was saying 35, right? So I got a couple of opinions on what exactly took place in this exchange, if you will, right? And let me get this. All right, and so the current exchange. So he was saying, I forgot what they were saying, but anyway, she talked about she basically only slept with 35 men, or not only, but she said she slept with 35 men. Shannon Sharp began to react by taking excessive, appeared to be excessive sips of alcohol. Now you can interpret that as you will. I see it one way. I think some may see it another, right? Especially you're talking about a woman who is known a little bit. Who she got? She's somebody's baby mama, right? I forgot whose baby mama she is, but she got somebody. She might have bagged two of them. I can't remember, but she's somebody's the mother of somebody's child, right? And so you know how niggas are. We talk about niggas is thirsty. We talk about niggas yesterday and how they'll do any and everything, and they will, right? And they absolutely will. But I think that Shannon was responding in the way that he was responding. Hold on one second. All right, my apologies for that. All you wonderful people. Okay, now let's get into it. So, like I said, anyway, I think that Shannon Sharp was responding that way, not because he was shocked at the number 35. I think he thinks she was lying. I think she was lying. And not in the sense that some of us were saying yesterday that women lie about their body counts going up and down. Women don't lie about their numbers being higher. Don't judge me. I mean, you don't have a right to judge me. No, women lie about their body count being lower. They don't. A woman will never say, "I got ran through by 100 guys, totally loved it," and not actually did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, no woman wants a whole rep, right? Even the hoes that are hoeing. I'm not. I'm lying. Some of these, I'm lying. We talk about sexy red in this motherfucker every damn day. You know what I'm saying? Like every day. So, some of these bitches do want a whole rep. You know what I mean? But, excuse me. But, what society plays on that, how society stigma that society puts on that, things of that nature, right? hearing something. Uh-huh. I keep hearing something. Hold on. Yeah, that's right. With women, you multiply with women. You divide with men. My apologies. I figured out what that was. It was something was bothering me. All right, cool. Anyway, so like I said, with women, you have to multiply. With men, you have to divide. That's how the body counts work. Women do not lie about their body counts being high because there's no benefit for them to do so, right? Men, they'll lie about it to their homeboys. Well, yeah, slept with 217 chicks, man. I'm just telling you, they really dig me. I guess that makes it sound cool to a motherfucker who ain't getting no put, but like that, it's a weird thing. It's a weird thing that to even brag about, but I guess people do it. I guess people engage in that shit. Shannon know that hoe was lying. Yeah, and I think he had to consume his drinks to keep it from to keep it. I don't know how you. PJ Watson, there you go. Yeah. Lying tongue conflicted. But yeah, so you knew that bitch was lying. Cause I'm just like, and she said it with a straight face. That's how you know she was lying. Cause she said that like confidently. You seen how the women acting here? We've talked about body counts. And I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna mention it. Don't matter. Like there's always a fight and a conflict. But she's so confidently said 35. Because you got to divide that shit is divided by like 7. Because you got to understand, she's a influencer. She's somebody wife. PJ Washington. I don't even know where he is right now. But other niggas see that shit. Other niggas with money see that shit. She's a groupie. Not a groupie, but I ain't saying she's a gold digger. But she ain't fuck with her. But all I'm saying is this. So other niggas are willing to trick us money out. We talked about it yesterday. Niggas will trick some money out. Niggas will trick a money out on a bitch to treat it like a trophy. Oh, I put my penis in this bitch. It was so great. I'm so amazing now, right? Like that shit is so. But people are weird. But I guess you have to instill whatever values matter to you. It is what it is. But yeah, I think that her body count don't even really matter, right? I think it's the response around it. The thing about it is, I think it's telling, and me even having this conversation. Yeah, I'm definitely being. I'm not being hypocritical because it's different. But like when people don't even wink twice at a woman saying her body count is 35, right? Imagine that. But in 35, nobody cares. So at least what's the motherfucking deal? Like nobody cares. Nobody thinks twice about it. Nobody is even appalled. But like I said, she sat there so straight faced it was that fucking lie. And knew she was lying. Right? We all knew she was lying. You felt the lie energy. Excuse me. As it was admitted. But anyway, so Brittany Renner, like I said, don't really give a shit about it. Just a modern representation of your modern woman. Now let's not sit here and say she's not an attractive woman. She is an attractive woman. So of course, men are going to come out the woodworks. Men are going to be willing to spend the money. Men are going to, you know, do things to try to uh obtain obtain uh a woman's attention the easy way, the fast way. So Women just pay for it. Women want money. Women will take the money. Women will sleep with men. But I'm gonna tell you some things about women's sex math, right? I don't know if y'all know. I don't know if y'all know. Like, and that's the thing too. Yeah, if you're attractive, here's the thing. If you're attractive, where's my book? Let me open them. I'm gonna take some notes on myself tonight because I'm gonna start saying some shit. Y'all know half the time I get on this motherfucker, I don't think about none of the shit I'm gonna say. I get on it, I just start talking. Right? we just I mean, it's obvious. You can tell by the flow of the show. But we're gonna talk about sex math. I need to break this down for myself. Not just sex math. This is like trigonometry and calculus, but it's another class, like almost on par with like I would say advanced physics, but it's called women's math, right? Now it's pertaining to not only women's sex, but like women uh in their emotional spectrum, reverberation, acceleration situation. You know, there's this is a formula. It's like the Pythagorean theorem. Um we know women don't make any sense. That's why women's math doesn't make any sense. But like you said, being attractive, people will give her a pass. Like if you're an attractive, promiscuous woman, I think people are more okay with a woman being attractive and promiscuous than being ugly and promiscuous. And ugly and promiscuous, she's just a dirty slut, right? Attractive and promiscuous, she's sensual, she's seductive, she's all of these other terms, right? Like she can get away, chill out, what's the motherfucking deal? All these other terms, right? All these other things that people will label it as. But in reality, it's all the same thing. It's the same thing that when it's sexual harassment from someone you don't like, it's flirting from someone you do like, right? It's perspective, it's appearances. There are I hate to use the word privileges, but there are advantages to being certain ways. But the thing about it is there are advantages to every way. So like there are some places where, you know, maybe short, stocky women are idolized, right? There are some places where um, tall, long, skinny women might be the preference. But the problem is everybody wants everybody to love everything, and it's just never going to be that way, right? Not all motherfuckers don't like your ass. So we're going to talk about tonight. We talked about body count the other day, so it's not necessarily about body count, but it's women's sex math. And so what women's sex math is women's bodies don't count, right? Women's bodies don't count if the sex wasn't good. Remember that. Hello, Michelle. For women, the sex does not count if it was not good. If you don't believe me, ask a woman. Ask a woman you know that gets around like Tupac. And hey, that looks cool. Hey, I just created a new drink. Awesome. Ask a woman you know that gets around like Tupac. Ask her about her body count. She's gonna say only a couple, way less than you know. Because women only count the times that they actually enjoyed themselves, right? They don't count the bad partners. They don't count encounters that lasted under 4 minutes. Um, they don't count if it was ugly. So they'll subtract a lot of situations. Well, I didn't really enjoy it. He didn't really even, I didn't stimulate. Like so, they'll start finding reasons. That didn't count. It wasn't, it's got to be 5 minutes for the sex mark to be official. It doesn't go in the record books if it ain't at least 5 minutes, right? Um, but yeah, that's what women will do. Men, on the other hand, do the exact opposite. A man will try to up his man math. One time I caught her looking at me in some gray sweatpants. That means she wants me. She practically will let me fuck her. Like that's how a man will think, right? That's that's the mind of a sucker dude, like the weirdo. Oh, this nigga Trill coming in plexing. So you know what, Trill. Now after this, it's probably be past your bedtime by the time this is over. I got some revenge. You, J Mail, all y'all niggas who was in the putt putt last night. I got plex with all y'all niggas. Every last one of you Negroes. Um, and again, so it is what it is, right? Because people will do what they're going to do. Um, it's Friday. It's definitely Friday. It's been a week. Shout out to all the people who've been, putting in the work, whatever you may do, whether you may 9 to 5, whether you hustle, whether you, I don't know, where you sit on the couch. I don't give a fuck what you do. Shit, just you're alive. Be happy. But it's Friday. You're alive. It's the weekend. It's good. So I hope you got your drink. I've definitely got mine. I hope you got, if you're a partaker, I hope you got your proper partakages because I got mine. So we'll talk a little bit more. We're going to open up this line. But men lie, women lie. You want to say numbers don't lie, but men and women input the numbers, right? So I was talking to Ken the other day when he was bringing up some statistics about women and men and sex and cheating and all of that. And I lean on statistics to an extent, right? But I don't believe any statistic is completely accurate because people lie, right? First name lies. Um, so I don't believe everybody who takes a survey is being genuine. I don't believe everybody who participates in a study, unless it's some kind of hands-on observation, is being genuine. Like them studies were like, well, we observed people do this thing for 17 years, and 17 years later, after we did the study, this is what we found out. Like, I don't believe in motherfuckers. Like, every person in the study did whatever the thing they were supposed to do for that extended amount of time. Like, you can't get motherfuckers to commit to doing something for a fucking week, like for their own well-being. So much less to get some long-term shit like that, unless they had like a disorder or something that made them already do it. So, the bot ain't working. I got the bot. Oh, I swore I had the bot up. I guess the bot ain't working. I usually would have been notified that the bot ain't active by now. Um, but yeah. So anyway, like I said, I gotta pardon me. So I did this thing today, right? So if I just happen to hop up and just haul off the screen, it's okay, right? It's okay. Maybe. It's like 97% chance it's okay. I'm okay overall, but it might get sketchy eventually. So I'm not going to tell y'all here. I'll tell y'all on the Discord. Remind me to tell y'all on the Discord. As a matter of fact, let me put the Discord link up. So y'all like, it's the Discord link. I don't know how to get to the Discord, Hunter. Y'all talk about the Discord all the time, but we don't know how to get there. So, what am I drinking? Liquid. But again, it's a situation where nobody's surprised these days, right? It was used to be a point in time. A woman said she had 5 or 6. You're like, you slore, and you just been around the block, haven't you? Just dirty scuzzbag. You're just a filthy nut bucket. But now, well, I'll tell you, 20, 30,000. Nobody's even surprised anymore. Like, nobody's shocked. Nobody's shocked. Nobody's like, wow, that's a lot, right? And even though no first name never really makes a lot of sense, I do agree with what was said because she is biracial. Somebody will come scoop her up. Somebody's not going to give a fuck about it. But that's their right, and who cares, right? Like, what one person may value, one person may say, you know what, you've been with 2 people, your body count is entirely too high for me, right? Some motherfuckers be like, you ain't fucked around enough, you ain't experienced. I really don't want to fuck with you. I ain't trying to be educating you and teaching you shit, right? Um, you just have different people, different strokes for different folks. So everything find well, I won't say everything finds its place. People try to fit in where they don't fit in. That's why they don't find their place. But if you go looking for your tribe, there's always somebody who's going to accept you somewhere, no matter who you are, right? It doesn't matter who you are. And I think that's like my biggest complaint. I'm segueing into one of my honcho rants, right? That's like my biggest beef with the world right now. Like, you have more access to like-minded people than absolutely. I absolutely would, right? Absolutely. Given the proper opportunity, shaboing boing, man. But, 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 Ty Baker, what's the motherfucking deal? Blue Kool-Aid. And I'm the racist, Michelle. Wow. You know, for those of you who don't know, Michelle is a white woman. And that was a racist comment she just made. I'm going to make sure everybody knows it, how racist you are. And because black people don't drink blue Kool-Aid. Everybody knows the best flavor of Kool-Aid is red. So I don't know how many Negroes you've been around, Michelle, but obviously not enough. But like I say, my big beef with the world right now, we live in a world where everything is acceptable, right? Like everything is acceptable, whether good or bad or indifferent. Everything is allowed. Everything is okay. There's a group somewhere, somehow, into something that you're into. But the problem with people is that they want to make everything fucking mainstream. They want to put everything on the forefront. They want everything like whatever happened to secret societies and secret. Well, I know secret societies exist. They're a secret, but like, didn't it used to be cool to move in secret, to move in silence? Like, wasn't that the thing? Like, you didn't let everybody and their mama know exactly how you move, exactly how the fuck you operate, right? But now we do it. We put the information out on public record. We tell people how to do what we're doing, good, bad, legally, whatever. But there it is. Would you say Charleston White? What? Oh, the Charleston White one. I see, and yeah, and that was a couple of weeks ago. Everybody was talking about she was tripping, right? Like, ain't that crazy how people are weird as shit, right? They really are. They really are. I'm weird. You're weird. Everybody in here, we're all weird because who knows what the. That might be a next week comment. Damn it! I was something I was supposed to write down. I don't think I wrote it down. I'm gonna have to go back and look. I think I put it in the other notebook. I think it was two topics. Excuse me, that I wrote down yesterday that I said I want to talk about next week. But so again, like I said, with Brittany Renner, again, a woman now gets glorified for basically increasing her body count. Women get glorified for the OnlyFans. And here's my thing. You want me to be 100% frank with you? I don't give a shit. Now, when I say I don't give a shit, I'm not going to date a woman who is an OnlyFans model, right? But and let's wait. Pause. Hold that thought. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Okay. just just listen. Listen. Um, I don't have a lighter, right? That's a problem. Well, actually, I do. I have two lighters, but they don't have any fluid in them. So hear me out. Maybe, maybe, just maybe. Hear me out. Just listen because you're talking in your head and you're not listening. All right, you're doing all that talking in your head right now, and you're not fucking listening. Okay, just listen to what I'm talking, what I'm saying. Maybe, just maybe, under these rules and stipulations. All right, it would have to be faceless, soft core shit, and I'd have to review everything. Let me go through all this content. Let me make sure I'm not paying for it. I just want it for free. Just make sure you ain't got no weird shit going on in here. Then I might consider it, right? How much money you making, bitch? All right, okay. All right, we can do this. Nobody knows you. Your mama don't know. Family don't know. All right, cool. We can make it work. Nah, I don't even. Not even that sense. I'm talking shit, but not even in that sense because it's a mentality that you have to deal with, and it can get real weird. Um, Brittany Renner's body count on the average woman. I don't even think it's outright. I don't. I told y'all the other day. Look at the sexy reds of the world. Look at the the Suki's. It's bitches getting that number before they get out of high school, right? Like, I don't think it's true. I think it's way too low. I think it's significantly way too low. But I'm just saying 35 and being comfortable saying 35, like straight face. Huh? Oh, I fucked 35 guys, right? I've fellatiated 35 penises. That like she's comfortable saying that shit, right? And it's just like, why? I mean, but it's cool. Like, if that's what you're into, if that's how you make your money. But I don't know. I mean, like again, I'm not mad because I know for a fact I've inserted my penis into women who've probably had more than 35 bodies. Shit. If I'm gonna say something, I'm gonna save that. I'm gonna save this statement for another time because I need this. I need to save this statement for when there's enough people in here to get somebody mad and enraged. But I'm pretty sure I have. Like, I'm pretty sure I have. I mean, I believe all women have. Like, I think all women. I just automatically think that, so that way I don't. I'm like, this is a dirty scumbucket. Fuck it. Why not? Right? Yeah, all of them. That's what I'm saying. Everyone says, "Oh yeah, she's probably got 117 bodies. She's definitely, something." Oh, look at her. She went to an HBCU. She's definitely got 217 bodies. So shit like that. But anyway, um, but I honestly don't care. Like if it's a situation where again, like I said, I'm not. Let me lie. I've been doing a lot of lying tonight. I'm not gonna say I don't care. That would be a lie. But because I think I'm at the point where what I want ain't what most people want, I think. And I don't even know what I want, but what I think I want is that. And so it's like my mind is different. I can accept something a little bit different because I have a different outlook on things, right? Like the way I view stuff is a little bit differently. So, but that's also saying I don't want some bitch who's been the fucking the neighborhood gangbanger. Like you don't want the bitch, but some of y'all niggas will never know, right? I'm gonna ruin marriage for a lot of you motherfuckers. Some of y'all will never, ever, ever, ever know. Y'all never know. So I say this, and y'all can get upset with me, whatever. I don't, and maybe this is it's showing in my statements. I don't look at women in the favorable light first. I've learned, right? Because see, that's what we do. You look at them and you give them all this innocence credit. Oh, they're women. They're innocent. They wouldn't harm a fly. They're mothers. They're no, no. That's ludicrous. That's ridiculous. Like, but I think it's better when you look at them in a negative light first and let them improve their standings in your eyes, as opposed to giving them a whole bunch of credit. Like, this bitch ain't shit. This bitch is a fucking scumbucket. Like, and then you get all disappointed, right? But if you do it the other way around, you don't get disappointed. It's like again, everything settles at the level where it's, okay, well, that's what she is. Okay, that's what I thought the fuck she was. Oh wow, I'm actually this bitch ain't this office I thought she was, or bitch is a fucking lunatic. Like, so when you do it like that, it actually works out a lot better for you. You gotta reverse engineer things, right? That's my social science tip of the day. Reverse engineer your relationships. Look at everybody terribly, and then let them, you know, build up in your eyes. Because I do that now. I say because in the past, I won't say I put the pussy on a pedestal, but I give people, not just women, I'd give people a lot more credit than they deserve. Right now, again, it's not as easily given. I don't judge people. I understand things, but I also understand human nature, and human nature is flawed. So I don't give people a lot of credit. I expect people to again fall in certain places, do certain things. It's just whatever. But um, we're flawed. We're human. We make mistakes. We do off the wall things. But that way, when you don't prop people up and say, "Oh, this person's so great. This person's so good. This person's so this," and then those things happen, then you don't feel a particular kind of way, right? All right. So, so and it's not shut up, chill out. But it's not even just like negative, right? Because I don't want to be like like I'm looking down on him like this piece of shit. But it's more like okay, like I hear you. I know your words and I see all this, but it's like I don't want to say I don't think of you as anything, right? That's not the best way to describe it, but I just don't apply any merit, right? Because you immediately when you meet somebody, it's a good feeling. Oh, I made a new friend. Oh, cool. We talked about good positive stuff. So it's like you like, yeah, man. It's always these good feelings. No, I'm kind of like, oh, yeah, that person's pretty cool, but these motherfuckers probably really fucked up, right? I keep that thought in mind. I'm like, motherfucker's probably like a serial killer. This bitch probably be kicking puppies on the weekends for fun and shit. Like, I don't know, like little goofy shit. Just to keep my mind, but I don't want to like you too much. You probably do fucked up shit. Anyway. But we got way off the topic of Brittany Renner. Uh and this what I am drinking, I might need to chill out. I might have made that a little stronger than I realized. You can barely taste that shit. Yeah, it's delicious. Um anyway, so this is how we're gonna do it. I'm gonna open up the line and we're gonna discuss a couple of things. One of those things being, do you believe that Brittany Renner is being honest, right? Second thing is, do you think that 35 is an abnormal body count for the modern woman? How old is Brittany? I don't even know how old she is. Let me Google this. Let me see how old Brittany Renner is, right? Let me see how old she is, and we're going to talk about. Okay, we're going to talk about it, and then we're going to talk some shit. I'm going to fire this blown up in a second because it's Friday. I want to relax. Because here's my thing, right? 31 years old. So at that point, you're talking about more than a man a year, right? At some point, multiple. I want to word this a certain way, but I can't word it right now, right? Dinner the fuck counts as a date. Maybe she just seriously 35 dudes. Again, I'm telling you what it is. It's woman's math. It's only 35 that she enjoyed. It's probably significantly higher than that, right? But it's only 35 that she enjoyed, so that's the only 35 she's going to count. So, but here's the thing, right? So, I did have a point I wanted to make. Or do you think 35 is an abnormal body count for a 31-year-old woman in modern age, for a modern 31-year-old woman? Um, and oh, okay, yeah. I had a thought I was thinking earlier. Then I'm trying to remember that shit. Like, damn it, what was it? Somebody said I know what to say. It came back to me, and I forgot it again. All right, yeah, it's just 35 she enjoyed. That's all that counts, right? Like women don't count. I told y'all, women don't count the ones that they didn't enjoy. If it didn't last 5 minutes, if he was ugly, the ones they wouldn't tell their friends about, they don't count none of that shit. So it's a lot of interactions women have. They don't count. Women don't count oral encounters only. Either way, you know what I'm saying? So if she just topped him off, she doesn't count that as sex. She will not count that as a body, right? I'm telling y'all, a broad will not get broad suck a million weenies. Oh, I've never had sex in my life. You know what I'm saying? Um, what else? What's the other math? I forgot the other math. Uh, it's a couple of, but like I say, women start doing their math and they start discounting stuff. Well, that didn't count. Um, no, men, like I say, men count everything. If she gave you some head, well, yeah, I fucked the shit out of her fucking throat. That was goddamn sex. It's sex in my book. Um, if she lets you finger her, yeah, I fucking finger fucked her. That's what the fuck I finger fucked the shit out of her ass. Yes, I did. I darn well did it. Um, so can I be honest with y'all for a minute? Can I be real honest with y'all for a minute? I hear I guess it's always things, always conversations in the den that are had that make me think about my life, right? And in reality, I feel like I've had a pretty boring life, right? I've done a lot of things that a lot of people would like to do. But to me, it's like, yeah, okay, cool, whatever, right? But then sometimes we have conversations like these. We talk numbers and we talk statistics and we talk averages and we talk about things. And maybe it was the circles I was in, maybe it's the people I've associated with. But I've always considered myself at amongst my closer peers, I would say, that I actually fuck with like that. Um, I would have said I was on the lower end of the count range, right? I would have definitely said that. Uh, knowing some folks I know. But then we have these conversations, we talk about things, we discuss certain stuff, and I look at things and I said, you know what? Maybe I'm not so average. Maybe I'm not as normal as I attempt to try to be. And maybe I need to embrace that. Sometimes sometimes I hear things. I'm just like, wow. Huh. Okay. We had a conversation here the other day. I'm not going to tell y'all which particular conversation. But some things were said and they were spoken of in quite an outrageous fashion. I was just like, oh, okay. Well, but I guess it is what it is, right? But that's what makes the den the den. Uh, I love all you wonderful people. Let's get this party started. Hope y'all are ready. Hope y'all got y'all drink. What y'all drinking on out there, good den folk? Pardon me. I got to get everything properly prepared because I'm about to talk a little shit. I'm about to open up the line. I actually have my headset here. I ain't got to get up and go get the hell. I like go get my headset. Let me go find it and find the cord. I got it. I got them somewhat prepared this evening. This bitch ain't got no fucking fluid. I'm somewhat prepared this evening. So again, the Discord link is pinned to the top. Y'all know how we do after every stream. We get in the Discord in the after party. We chop it up. Last night really had a blast. We got in there, had some real good conversation. And the putt was actually pretty fun. That shit was actually pretty fun. Um, do I remember? I can't remember exactly, and I'm not gonna give my rough estimate on the street. Right. I want to say there was some years back. There were some individuals who were trying to calculate and formulate, and yeah. So I might get judged. Solis, Roberto Solis, what's the motherfucking deal? Uh, two Solises in one stream. Two for the price of one. But no, so yeah, y'all might judge me if I, yeah, I might judge me if I start speaking too much, right? So I got the right to remain silent. Uh, anything I can say, I ain't gonna say because it might be used against me. But uh, but yeah. So let me get ready to open up the line. I want to know what's on your mind. 35 is 35. Do you think that 35 is a ridiculous body count. And I want to talk to Miss Bell tonight because I want to revisit a conversation that I had with Miss Bell and about this thing, a conversation we had in particular about women and their sexual behaviors. And she disagreed with some of my particular beliefs. And I want to revisit that conversation. Give me just a second. Let me get this right. Get this right. And let me get the line open real quick. We're going to take some calls. As we begin to ball. We're balling, baby. Steady. Shot caller, baby. Steady balling now. Not in long. As we begin to ball. Mm-hmm. All right. Let's see. Here we go. Give me 1 second. Get this in. So I'm over here talking like the fucking talking like I'll be at work. Give me just 1 second. I'll get that taken care of for you. I'll get that ironed out right for you right away. And thank you for blase, blase, blase. Have a great day. Let me get my light right. Let me get my light right. All right. Get this up. Let's get it. Okay. Let me put the number on the thing. My apologies. I'm able to say, Huncho, where's the goddamn number? The fucking stream's been on for an hour. You haven't put the damn number on. You keep talking to the people. All right, there we go. My bad. Got the number up. We acted. I gotta fix that ring. I hate that ring. Alrighty. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we have calling in to the den this evening? I'm doing well, Miss Bell. How are you doing? Give me just 1 second.
It's actually getting better.
Okay. See, Miss Bell, now you sounding all, you sounding all weak and frail right now. I don't want to have to go in and start a feisty argument. I feel bad. I feel really bad, so I'm gonna let you make it. I ain't gonna be too mean tonight.
Really? Wow.
Yeah,
That's being nice. I
because I'm a
figured you'd
gentleman.
just go ahead.
Because I'm such a gentleman, I would never want to do such a thing. It would be so rude of me to engage in such a thing.
Well, I wouldn't have called in if I didn't think I could tolerate it or I didn't think that I could deal with it.
Okay. So I'm not sure if you're familiar with Brittany Renner, but
I'm not.
are you familiar with Shannon Sharp?
Nope. I'm
No,
assuming the former basketball hookups or side checks.
that's very racist. Why would you immediately go to sports, Miss Bell? Is that what you think all black
Because
people are good
somebody
for?
was talking
Sports?
about the Charlotte Hornets and somebody else was talking about one of the other basketball teams.
You just associate all black people with sports, Miss Bell.
No,
I thought you
you
were
go to
better than
black before anything. That's not me.
that. You left the alley oop there. I'm gonna leave it alone because you're not feeling well, so I ain't gonna go for it.
Thank
Uh,
you.
so this woman anyway, somewhat known, I guess, in the groupie circle, Shannon Sharp, Hall of Famer, football player, has a
Still
podcast.
sports, which was my angle. Go ahead.
I think I still say racism. Um, but
Bless your heart.
but so he has on a podcast. They're talking about stuff that people on podcasts talk about. And she
Mhm.
goes off to mention that she slept with 35 men. She's 31 years old, says she slept with 35 men. Says this openly, publicly, and I mean, says this without flinching, doesn't bat an eye. And the gentleman responds by taking several shots of alcohol and making certain faces. Now, that's neither here nor there. That's kind of part of the conversation, but not really. Why do you
That's
think a
par
woman
for
would
the
be
course
so
with me.
comfortable saying that? A woman who's not an openly known prostitute or something of that nature, not like the sexy reds and the pound towns of the world, right? So why would she
From
feel so comfortable saying that she slept with 35 men?
from what I understand, today's day and age, the body count with women has gone up a bit. And if you break it down to, we'll say, 3 a year over 10 years, I mean, it's not a lot.
3 a year
She's
over
20
10
years
years
old.
isn't a
Yeah.
lot.
I mean, or even 3 over 15 years is not a lot.
3 over 15
But,
years, I would say, is not a lot necessarily.
okay,
But
so
3 a
you for that
year?
the new generation, no. My generation, absolutely.
Mm. Oh yeah, your generation, that's a different thing because again, it was a different standard, a different stigma. Now you had your
Exactly.
people who, deviated the course, of course,
Absolutely.
but now it seems
There
like
was
more deviate than stay course. I'm sorry.
yeah, there was a lot more prudishness and a lot more long-term marriage, and yeah.
Yeah. So you think that now
Doesn't
in
mean
the
people
modern
didn't
eyes
dip
that
in
it's
debt.
okay? Do you feel like right now it's okay for the modern woman to have 35 sexual partners?
Personal to her, I mean, all right, I don't condone it, but I'm not going to shame it either.
Do you think a
And
woman
it,
who has openly announced that she's had 35 sexual partners is presenting herself as a valuable wife in a man's eyes?
not sure because there are times that you guys have said it doesn't matter what happened in the past, as long as they show up at that point in time. I mean, there have been conversations that we've had where, somebody's body count doesn't matter. Now, had she lied and said
We're talking
2,
about
it
people
would
you
have
fucking,
changed
and
the
we're
whole
talking about
dynamic.
wives. There's a difference between people
Hmm?
you fucking with, and there's a difference between wives.
Would she be wife material? She'd probably slide a little bit down on the meter for that. But as far as being girlfriend material, I don't see it be a problem because most men don't care.
Yeah, that's different. That's what I'm saying. But we're talking about wife material. Girlfriend material, yeah, hang out for a little while, play with for a little while till she gets old, throw away like an old Christmas toy. Yeah, of course. Many men are going to do that. Many men have done that. And obviously, she gets old pretty quick if it's been at least 35 and she's only 31. And depending on when she got started doing whatever she's been doing, um, I believe that number is actually inflated. I believe for a woman to be that comfortable saying and knowing that women are viewed negatively for being promiscuous, for her to be that comfortable to come out and say, I've had slept with 35 men, it's probably double that or more. And she's lying about it. Do you think women lie
Mm,
about the number of partners that they've had?
I think people lie all the time, so I don't think it's specific to this one particular incident. I think both men and women lie about their sexual partners.
But
And when we talk body count, are we talking actual full penetration, or are we talking all the other stuff that happens beforehand? I mean, because like you said, some guys will think getting head is having sex.
it's still a mark on the woman's record, regardless of how the man views it. I mean, you let me put my in your
Yeah, but this is
then
where a
that's
woman wouldn't count it against the body count because he didn't penetrate her.
but okay, and that's the thing, and that's where the views are different, right? Because that's what I'm saying. So a woman could say, well, she might have performed fellatio on 100 different men, but they didn't have sex with me. So she'll still have only had sex with one man, but still 100 different men have entered your body in some form or fashion, whether it's through the
Different
procreating
orifices,
faculty,
yes.
but yeah, so I mean, you've still been penetrated, maybe just not through that hole.
Yeah. Um, I just know that the body count's up from when my generation was coming up. That's all I can kind of tell you on that. I'd like to see it go down, but I mean, that's not something that I have any control over. You
And
know,
yeah. Oh, and for the fellas in the chat, I know y'all saw Rick Fox when he said, want to know for fellas, something, something he said, but want to know for fellas number 36 through 50. Because, so for a man to insinuate and make a joke that he knows there's going to be at least 15 other bodies on there before too long, men know that she's lying about what she's saying, right? But that's the thing, though. Again, Women lie, and I feel like it's more deceitful when they do, right?
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Would you rather be lied to and told that it was 2 rather than it was 50 or 80?
No, I don't want to fucking be lied to. Tell me the fucking truth so I have a choice as to who I'm and what I'm dealing with, as opposed to, misleading me into some shit, have me believing that, I'm
But
fucking with
wasn't
this
that
kind of
the
person.
same
Hmm?
but wasn't that the same thing going around the other way where, you said, when guys were like at 100, you said divide by whatever. You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah,
like,
but it's different because here's the thing. Like when a woman when you're talking about I'm lying about adding numbers, you're talking about invisible people and actions that don't exist. It's buffoonery, it's clown shit, it's an embarrassment to your own self, but you're just lying to yourself. No additional person is necessarily being hurt or misled. Oh, the guy fucks love, but you don't. Then that's on you. You have to deal with that. But when you're a woman, and more than time, often than not, it's going to be your significant other, somebody you're seriously interested in getting a relationship with, or whatever. And say you have had a numerous amount of men that have been with you this way, that way, or whatever, and you're not
mhm.
honest about your adventures or whatever, then you're misleading. It's way worse. Because so say you passing by old buddy in the smoke. Oh, hey, Susie, haven't seen you in a while. Who is that? Oh, it's just a whole coworker. It's be somebody who ran up in you and did who knows what, right? But you're misleading because I'm interacting with people who potentially could have had intimate relations with my significant other. I should have the choice to whether or not I am mentally capable of dealing with that, right? I should be allowed to decide if I want to be in a situation, especially depending on region. We talk about regions. Kim was mentioning regions yesterday. Regions are important. You stay in a small town with a broad who's been around, uh, chances are you're not gonna have a lot of privacy. That's issues you're gonna have to deal with. You're talking about a woman who's gonna pass by former lovers quite often, and we've already established that women think about former lovers, whether it be good, bad, happy or sad. Those things are gonna run through your mind because this is the person that you've let inside of you, right? And women internalize everything. So
Mhm.
again, this is a situation where a man has to deal with that. Now you potentially put him in a dangerous situation because now so oh that's what you fuck with. Oh, I hit that. My buddy hit that. Like you're putting him in a situation where he is not prepared to deal with whatever backlash your history brings. If I say I fucked 100,000 bitches and got a bunch of women pregnant, and all this, and I never did, it wouldn't matter because there's never going to be some invisible bitch who's going to knock on the door saying you got child support or you ain't going to have some invisible baby mama drama or something. It's just a motherfucker who lied about some shit. But a woman who's been with a lot of partners who's been very promiscuous, especially depending on where you are or have been, it's always going to be potential problems because there's always that one, or there's always the past coming back. There's more motherfuckers you got to deal with shooting back in them DMs and inboxes, and it's a lot of other little things that a woman who, especially if her nature has been to be that promiscuous, you're already gonna know that she's not strong willed enough or strong minded enough to resist all that. So I should be allowed to know what type of woman I'm dealing with. And if I choose to deal with promiscuous Patty, then that's what I'm fucking with. If I want to fuck with Prudence, I don't know. Why don't I got nothing fuck whatever I got no name for. But anyway, other than that's who I should be allowed to fuck with. But you should be straight up with it. If you done bagged a bunch, you can bag a bunch. So hey, well, you know what? I think you're a cool person, but I'd rather not. I don't see that being a fit long term. But women are selfish, and they'll be like, "Well, I like everything about this guy. I don't want him to know this about me," and still lie and put him in that situation. But they think it's harmful. It shouldn't matter. It was the past. The past can come back and fucking haunt you. Happens all the fucking time. You know what I mean? So, um, yeah, I think it's way worse. Women lie. It's always much more significant when women lie. I'm not saying that we don't both lie because men lie, probably lie more, maybe. I don't know. But it's
I
more
think it's equal
impactful,
for
it's
different
more
reasons.
significant when women do it.
I think it's equal for different reasons. All right, say a girl in her 20s, from like say 17 to 25, had maybe a 20 count, and then all of a sudden found the guy that she wanted to spend the rest of her life with. They were married for 10 years, and then they divorced. Would you still consider that a high body count, even though she was with the
Yeah, I
same
mean,
person?
there's no statute of limitations. You know what I'm saying? Like You might have been a different person and you might have been a different mind, but I mean, it's still each one of those bodies made you into the person you are today. They impacted
True.
your personality in some form, way, or fashion. So it left an imprint on you. So that stuff doesn't erase. You don't get to say, "Oh, well, I mean, it left its mark." Period. So no, you still got a high body count. You was bagging early. You settled down for a little bit, but now you probably finna get back out and get back for the streets. You know what I'm saying? So I mean,
Not
it is what.
necessarily, but yeah, I see your point.
I mean, again, it is what it is. Like I say, it's we all lie, we all do it. That's a known. But when women do it, it's much more impactful. Just like when women cheat, it's much more significant because women get into another relationship while being in a relationship. That's how women cheat. Men cheat, they just go fuck a bitch and leave her where the fuck she is, right? So that's why I say these things. It's not to say, oh, women are just way worse, but it's much more impactful. When women do it, it's a different motive. That's why it's not the same. It's a different
I agree
intention
with you.
behind the shit. That's why it's not the same. You know what I mean? So,
I
yeah,
agree. But I don't think I could ever go out with somebody that had a high body count either.
why not?
Just for the fact of if you were just there to hit it and quit it, what makes me think that you're not going to do the same thing to me?
Who said it was a hit and quit it? What if he had
If he
several
had like
good
60
relationships?
women over, I mean, you got to figure I'm in my 50s.
Mhm.
Anything over like 25 or 30, I mean, that's still pretty damn high body count,
Why
even
can't a
by men's
man?
standard.
Why couldn't a man have? I don't think it's the same. Say a man over the course of 5 years, right? What was 5 years? What 60 months? So say that
Yeah.
he's looking for a woman that he wants to be with. It's more reasonable to me for a man to be able to entertain the company of 60 women over them. He may spend that month vetting that woman and just realize, you know what, no, she's not my type, or there's things that are good, but this might not be it. They may have sex over the course that may be something that he wants, but he can have several small relationships with women over the course of that time and not be just a hit it and quit it, right? Because either way it
Mhm.
goes, what if a man has went and vetted, wined and dined, did all the things women say that they want a man to do, has been Prince Charming, but he's done it with 60 to 100 women. Is he a bad guy because he gave these women what it
Not
is that they necessarily
necessarily.
wanted? They just weren't his type.
Oh, but if we switch that around, it would not be the same for a woman.
Absolutely not.
Huh.
Because like I said, y'all internalize. Women internalize everything. Women, your feelings, your intimate organs, all of that stuff. Y'all, everything's inside. Y'all process from the inside. From growing up from young, when you
This
as
is true.
when you're a young boy, you process everything externally. All your shit on the outside. Hey, I got a dick. What is this? You run around the house, like doing all kind of off the wall of shit because you're externalizing. You're more expressive. Like we're different, and what society's fucked up is by trying to make us the same. And so, women, you got to understand, you're letting however many men inside of the thing that you supposedly protect most, right? Because
Mhm.
it's supposed to be this intimate, precious thing. But now there's so many women who don't really don't value it. It's more of a pocketbook. It's more of a wallet than an intimate gift for a husband or whatever. They want to be with a man doing it. Well, it's a man's job to sow seed, sow his wild oats. Everything we do is outwardly. You know what I mean? So when
So
we're
we're
not
supposed
thinking
to
the same.
accept that a man can have a higher body count by saying, "Oh, he finally sowed his oats. He's ready to settle down now."
And that doesn't even mean. I don't think that means anything. It's not like again. It's just like I said the other day. Again, a key that opens many locks is a master key. A lock that can be opened by any key is a shitty lock, right? And so
I agree to that.
women are always taught that you see, y'all can't have it both ways. This is where the problem gets. It is y'all want to be put on this pedestal and treated
Well,
special. We're
okay,
special.
wait
We're
a minute,
women.
wait a
We're
minute,
this.
wait a minute. I got to say this. There's
Uh,
just something you just said.
uh,
So if the guy that's had 60 partners can open any key, open any lock, doesn't that make him
A master
just
fucking
exactly what you
locksmith.
said?
It makes him a master key. You want a master
How does
key.
it make him a master key if he can open everything
Who
and
wants to
not
be shut
hold it
out of
for that
everything?
one special person?
What do you mean? It means you have the gift. It means you have an ability. You have a talent. You have something people want, right? If you had okay, say you have I don't know how many keys you have on your key ring, right?
Probably
But
about
say
4.
okay, about 4. So that you have to use actively. Would you rather have one key that could do all the things those 4 keys do, or would you rather have to continue using each one of those 4 keys to do whatever you need to do on a day-to-day basis?
That's hard because if you have one key and you lose it, you're fucked.
Because you know what?
And if you have
Exactly.
4,
Exactly. And that's what
and if you
most
have
women don't know.
4,
Exactly.
then
I'm glad you
if you have
made
4,
my point.
you can be
And women
specific to
don't
those
understand
particular
that. When
things.
you have a master key and you lose it, you can't get it back. Y'all ladies out there watching better pay attention to that shit, right? Miss Bell just gave y'all some game and y'all didn't know it, right? So a lot of y'all women come across quote unquote master keys and y'all, treat them like all this other stuff. And that's the one y'all end up regretting and wishing and all that other shit. But again, we talked about the one we regret back in the day. Let's see, a lot of y'all get some master keys, don't know you got a master key, you don't know how to treat it. Because a master key can stay to one lock, right? But that lock has to unlock something worthwhile. A lot of these locks ain't unlocking shit, right? So
yeah, the thing is when the guy comes in with game of saying, "Hey, I just want to date or be casual about it," and most women, like you said, we take in, we're emotional, we want more for it. We end up getting let down and hurt more often than the men do across the board. Everybody says keep it casual. Somebody's going to catch feelings one way or the other, whether it's the guy or the girl.
sure. If you're gonna say and you're gonna agree to keep this a casual situation, and somebody deviates, then that's where they need to self-reflect and say, okay, hey, that's a them issue. I know most people
Oh, I
can't do
agree.
that.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that a lot of times men use this as their ploy to open with the key.
Yeah, I know.
They use the emotional blackmail.
But see, here's the thing. Okay, but here's my deal, and I talk about that. That's manipulation. I don't condone that. I don't agree with that. I don't think that's an ideal way to move. So if you sit here and you try to say, oh, you use this fake hopes of a relationship type situation just to get some pussy, and then once you get what you want, you move. To me, that's weirdo sucker shit. Like the only thing worse than that type of dude to me is a dude that fucking will use another man's name to try to get some pussy. Oh, you fuck so and so, or you let him fuck while you don't let me fuck. Like that's the worst kind of nigga.
Shit.
But again, so
I'd be surprised they didn't get him a damn slap.
Right. So, but again, yeah, it just does not work the same. I know how badly women want it to be the same, but when y'all do that, y'all are missing out on something. Like I don't think that y'all get it. I think y'all think men talk down on y'all and all that. Women have a gift. Women have something special about them. But the thing is, they have started to try to strive so hard to be similar, compete, or be equal to men that they've gotten away from realizing what that gift is, like what that nature is, what that ability is, right?
Oh, I
And
get it.
yeah, but it's gone. I mean, it's not prevalent. It's not present anymore. Like modern women have lost all the femininity. I showed that little slide the other day. It's just I don't know.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I think that it's a matter of choice about whether or not they want a high body count or not. I don't think that has anything to do with it. I mean,
but that's the thing is the reason why they want one is because they think everybody else is doing it, but they don't realize that this is a narrative getting pushed, and that the bitches who are doing that are
I do
a
agree
lot of
with
them are
that. The narrative is
malfunctioning,
definitely getting
right?
pushed.
And so, but they're getting encouraged. Oh, well, I'm doing that. But these motherfuckers are depressed. They're unhappy, and every time they continue to stack that body count, they think the next body is going to be the thing that the solution. When women stack up bodies, they have more mental issues. They have more problems. Again, these things
Yeah, I do agree
linger.
with you on
You
that.
you look at these. You don't see these porn stars aren't sane. These OnlyFans models, they're lunatics. These motherfuckers have mental breakdowns all the time. Like all these motherfuckers are half of them are special. You know what I mean? And so,
Yeah.
the thing is, they act this way because they have to. If they sat there and told you how depressed they really were, crying in their rooms alone at night because of the shit they doing, um, then you would look differently at them. But people want the attention. People need it. Some people don't know what to do. Like I said, a lot of women don't have personalities. A lot of people don't have personality, and they don't know what to do but fuck. That's the only thing they know how to do instead of getting a hobby, instead of learning about themselves and actually taking the time to learn who the fuck you are and improve. They'd rather continue down the path that's making them miserable. So a lot of people are
Well,
find
like
a
you
problem.
said, though, if there's mental health issues, I mean, that's more the desperation of wanting to be with somebody than actually figuring out who you are. And that's just what you said. I did word it a little bit differently, but it's true on both sides. You know, I've known men who, after their wives died, they were remarried within 6 months because they just couldn't be alone. Not
Imagine it.
all of, not, well, and we're talking older. I mean, we're talking 40 and above, too. If they've been in long-term relationships and you use things a certain way, it becomes a habit. Whether it's long-term relationship, whether it's sexual partners, they're all habits. And in choosing to abstain is for anybody's choice, for whatever choice that they make. I mean, I've abstained, since my husband's been gone. I've been, you know, on a shelf, as you guys might say. But I'm okay with that because I'm figuring a lot of things out. I am trying to find out who I am. And if I meet somebody, that's great. That's wonderful. Will I take it slow? Absolutely. But the thing is that I also see something about the newer generation that has not really been talked about. All the kids, men and women, or however anybody identifies, they've all been pushed hard to mature faster, but yet it doesn't equate with the emotional experience that goes along with that. Do you remember you were talking about emotional IQ versus actual intellectual IQ?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Well, kids that are now 10, 11, and 12 are expected to intellectually know more. Well, then they are, pushed on these levels, and they don't have the wisdom to know the difference between. They may have the experience of certain things, but they don't have the time and the knowledge to absorb everything that they're going through, and they just keep getting pushed through. We were much more kids growing up than our children are today. I'm not making any excuses. I just see that as raising my children in their generation.
Well, I think that's because the kids have access to too much adult stuff now. When kids were younger, they
Exactly.
were kept in the kids' place, and now because the parents are actually, I think a lot of the parents are. It's not even that. A lot of them are lacking, but then a lot of them are just so busy. They got so much to do. There's so much going on that they just don't have time to keep. You go to work, you do all this stuff, you get home, you're exhausted. You're not keeping track of the shit your kids are doing. You're not keeping track of the shit that they own, the shit that they're getting into. So I can
Yep.
understand where it's hard, but
Do you want
that's
to be
just kind of
honest
what
with
happens.
you? Neither one of my kids had a cell phone until one was 16 and the other one was 18.
It's the smartest decision you could ever make.
Yep, I
That's the
knew where they
smartest
were. I
decision.
mean, granted, they couldn't go to a corner payphone and call me with a quarter, but one of their friends, he said, my son said that was an embarrassing thing. I said, but when you get a hold of me, was I right there? Well, yeah, Mom. I said, then we don't have a conversation about this. That way, I know who you're with when I pick you up. They were still allowed the freedoms that they had. They just needed to make better choices. Anyway, I see Wink wants to call in, so let me let you go, and we can always do this in the Discord.
Oh yeah, we can definitely continue this conversation because there's definitely some discussion to be had.
And you know me, I definitely want to hear what the guys have to think about this.
Do you really want to hear what
I
they have
do.
to say, Ms.
Actually, yeah. I am open-minded. Now, I'm not going to always agree with them, but I do want to hear what their opinion is.
You should always agree with the men. Whenever it's a man versus woman argument in the den, you should always agree with the men because the men are always right.
Yes, Honcho.
Undefeated,
okay, Honcho. Bless your heart, Honcho.
Doesn't that feel better already? See, the men are undefeated. We're like 162-0.
Yeah. Well, that's my night in the den, and I am back in the chat. And if not, I'll talk to you on the Discord.
All righty, Ms. Bell. Well, I appreciate you calling in and getting the conversation started this evening.
Absolutely.
Yeah, now we'll talk to you later.
All right, later.
All right. Sipping this is her. Hold on once. The timing of the call. I see we got a couple of calls coming in, but I know someone in particular wants to get on, so we'll make sure they get on. I know they've been actually trying to get on the last couple of nights. So I see that they're calling. Normally I don't do this. Normally I take it in order. Normally I take them as they come, but wait on this one because it was actually ringing up, but as soon as I tried to click it, it disappeared. So. Waiting on the call back because I would definitely like to hear what has to be said. And that's what I need. You hate that when you're down. Just picking fumes. What's the motherfucking deal? Who do we got calling in to the den this evening?
Peekaboo, you fuck you.
Wait, what's the motherfucking deal, man? What's going on?
Nigga was chilling, bro. Nigga, I was just trying to make it real quick. Okay. Let's just say 35 bodies, nigga. We all know as men, nigga, that's fucking atrocious.
Yeah.
That shit is disgusting as fuck. And the fact that she just goes out of her way to divulge shit that nobody even asks her about already alludes to the fact that the shit ain't true, because why would you just be divvying up information that nobody fucking asks you for, since she likes to always be in this my truth shit? Like Shannon said, you could have been with a guy and just disclosed that to him on a personal level, but you putting all your business out here on Front Street, and yeah, some Captain Save-A-Hoe ass nigga's gonna come along and probably wipe her up, and she's gonna disrespect him, and she's going to move on, and she's going to always try to get the guy that she really wants that doesn't want her. This is what we already know. If you don't know that, if you disagree, you know what? That's fine. Guess what? She's going to get a lot older. I'm pretty sure she's going to keep it tight, because she is a gym rat. She work out. She do all of that. That's cool. But if you want to say, even if she started fucking around 18, how many of these dudes did you tell to take that condom off, though? When the dick hitting you, when you slinging that dick, bro, these women are gonna ask you to take that rubber off.
What Pimp C said?
It is a world that we know about. If you fuck a woman long enough, she's finna tell you, hey, take that motherfucker off. She wants you to get up in that thing for real. we're gonna be grown about the situation.
Absolutely.
If somebody hitting that thing right, nigga, have you ever been begged, nigga, take that motherfucking rubber off. Take it off. Oh, you demanding. Oh, okay. I see what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. We're not finna do this. Okay, of 35 guys, how many of those was one night stands? Of them 35, how many of them dudes are still able to call you and hit now with or without a relationship? And thirdly, how many of them niggas did you let hit raw? That's an even different conversation. Of 35, I can almost guarantee you at least 10 dudes, 8 to 10 dudes hit raw.
Yeah.
We're gonna say a third of the guys maybe was able to hit raw, and that's fucking disgusting. Vaginal discharge, bacterial infections, HPV, crabs, fucking all kind of shit going on out here, and you just let niggas hit, bro, just enter your body like that, and everything that man is going through, if a nigga busts inside of you, bitch, you take it on all of that. All of that bad energy. It's an energy exchange as well. It ain't just sex. Of course, it's a natural thing. Of course, humans need to do it. Sex is actually, it keeps you healthy. When you have a certain amount of sex, it helps boost your immune system. Like, so there are benefits to having sex, and there are also downsides. Male and females can get the inverse of the downsides, but the women are the ones being entered. If we only speaking on heterosexual sex. What anybody else do, hey, that's on you. But if we talking male and female, and it's on the right path, and it ain't no weird shit involved. Come on, man. We know what it is. If you're 31 years old and you've been fucking since you was 18, that's that's 12 years. So that's like over a 4-year period. That's damn near 12 divided by what?
You're having close to 3 a year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's sick, bro. And okay, some of those years she may have had a long relationship. One year she might have just went crazy, got snuck by 5 of them in there. Mm. The years could have went up and down. She could have had relationships, but why she even talked about it? It was just like, bro, she was just running through dudes. Mm. Nobody would know shit about this woman if she didn't fucking put it out there herself. She putting books out there. She acting like people don't know who the fuck these people are. She in NBA circles. She run her mouth too fucking much. She don't know how to shut the fuck up. Shut your dumb ass mouth. Shut the fuck up.
That's my beef with these modern bitches. It's like the old school bitches knew how to shut up, and they did what they did. And when nobody tripped.
Old school bitches used to listen to SOS Band. Just be good to me. Nigga, I heard about what you doing with them hoes, but nigga, you don't treat me like that. You do that to them hoes. You treat me like a lady, and I respect my position. Side hoes ain't the same no more. They not. Women don't make songs like that. They don't have that type of feeling towards men no more because they've been raised a completely different way to come up off of the nigga because they ain't got no real skills other than looking cute and divvying up pussy.
Yeah. It's true.
You got bitches around walking around talking about, yeah, I make $15 an hour pumping that up, nigga, like that's a real fucking goal. In their 30s. Talking about they getting the bag. That's what the world is at, bro. That's what the world is at. Well, women think they getting the bag, but they making under the national median for an adult making money. It's a weird world we live in today. Respect is completely out of the door. It's dismissed when that's the only real thing that's tangible that goes through every aspect of life. It's no critical place in life that respect is not at the forefront. I mean, and she thinks that somebody is supposed to come on and take on what she has and they finna be a stepdaddy to her kid. No. You gonna keep your body up. You gonna look good for a little while longer. Niggas is gonna continue to bust you up because it's available. You've made it available. So, because of that, dudes are going to play their role, get what they can get out of you, and skedaddle.
And the crazy part, single moms be so selfish. Like her be so selfish because they so worried about all that attention. They don't even realize what they do to their kids. You know
she got a son.
Mm-hmm.
She got a son, and her son is going to be able to see all this whole ass shit that she's saying. You think this shit finna go away? You think like Amber Rose? You think Amber Rose or any of these liberated hoes who love giving pussy away? Because that's liberation to a lot of these weirdo women today. They think giving pussy away is liberation. You're fucking losers. That niggas get the dump on as they see fit. You're cool with it, right? You're liberated. So why are you complaining and why are you being shamed? Why do you care about shaming language when you're free? If you're a free woman the way you claim you are, how could you then turn around and give a fuck about what anybody thinks about you when you're free? You doing the right thing. Shame. Oh man, that shame should just roll off your back, nigga. That should just roll off your back. You shouldn't be worrying about what nobody's saying. But when they care about labels, they care about labels. They don't like being fat shamed. They don't like being slut shamed. They don't like call a woman broke. Nigga, you want to get a rise out of one, call her broke. She gonna flip the fuck. What nigga, what? Call a bitch broke. You broke, bitch. What? Oh my God. Bro, she gonna freak out. I'm not saying just do this just to be doing this. I'm just saying women got triggers. And when women is alone, and when women is going on dates alone, that's the most pathetic shit. And you pumping this up. Ain't no man going out of his way to say, I'm going to the movies by myself, take a picture, post it on Instagram, and go home and cry on this pillow. What the fuck? Niggas ain't doing this. But we can see a slew of women. We ain't got Galentine's Day. We ain't got none of that whole ass shit. But women do. And why do they have it? Because they fucking lonely and they don't embrace what it is we love about them. It don't make no sense to me. But hey, if you got some fellas, I suggest you hold. If you got something and she thorough, I suggest you hold on to that, bro. Because being out here in the dating world, and even for women, if you got you a good man, if you got a man that you can work with, and I want to say this about even when it came to the attraction thing, don't no woman want to coach her man up to her pussy. Women can sit here and act like they give a fuck about niggas giving their dick away. Look, when a man handling it properly, it takes experience to do what he has to do to make sure that you are getting your rocks off. It's the chemistry there. It's a time to make love, and it's a time for you to get your motherfucking back blown out. It's a time for this nigga to go Mike Tyson on that pussy. Stop pretending like you don't want that. And I don't care how anybody tries to act like they're a fucking saint, like they don't want that. Man, trust me. A man that been up in that thing, you want him to get up in that thing. And stop playing games. Stop playing games.
I'll tell you. But, it's, they got to play a role, though. Again, it's understandable that they got to play the role. And I get it. Because, we talk about niggas out there thirsty. If women honestly were genuine honest, it'd be a lot of niggas fucking the game up. Women could roll a red carpet out for some of these niggas, and these niggas would still fumble. You know what I'm saying? And not figure it out. But So I get why
Right.
they play the games, but you would think that
Of
they would
course.
recognize real more often than not, since they do have this supposed women's intuition. But a lot of
Right.
times they do not. You know what I'm saying? And they
Right.
engage in a lot of fraudulent
Women.
behavior. But
So what you saying? Women know fuck well what fucking Nick Cannon and Nick Cannon and Future got going on. But women still have an innate nature to, hey, what the fuck is these bitches getting? What is it about this nigga that these women know that they getting themselves in a situation? What is it really hitting for? I need to find out. Why
hmm,
are we acting like women ain't like that? Why
hmm,
are we acting like women don't like the cosign of other women and act like they don't fall into that trap? And we don't have to use stupid ass words like all or most or some. Nigga, if you out here living real life, nigga, you can clearly see what the fuck is going on. Because you've either taken involvement in it or you hear about it from the source itself. You don't really have to go far. You don't have to have that. You ain't got to have nothing. All you got to do is fucking go outside.
hmm.
Grow up. Live life and see what the world really is and how it really operates. It's things that we know about women. It's things that women know about us that we don't have to talk about. We just know. Fair exchange is no fucking robbery. You getting something, I'm getting something. Why the fuck are we playing? Let the women tell it. They act like niggas is just raping them all motherfucking day. Like they ain't divvying up pussy, like they don't know who they want to fuck nigga when they see him. Or they try to pretend like, oh, this is casual until they see you out with another bitch, and then they be like, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, oh, no, this my nigga. No, I want him. Let me step up. She ain't finna win. I'm the winner. I put in the most time. Why are we acting? This ain't fucking acting class. Are we at Juilliard or are we in the den where we having real conversations as grown-ups?
I do believe we're in the den.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. But people want to downplay the conversation and not talk about it the real way because they always offended about, I don't want to offend anyone. Fuck a nigga. Fuck what a bitch got to say. But say it real. Somebody going to disagree with me. I could give a fuck. But what I'm saying is making sense even if you don't agree. You still can say, hey, well, I understand how that could look that way at least.
But
And if you're too proud to say that, that's okay.
Women always complain about men not understanding them, right? But then when we try to communicate with them, they don't communicate honestly. So
They don't.
What do they expect from us?
Bro, God and Jesus ain't enough for these women. How the fuck is a man who was supposedly made from the flesh of God and Jesus supposed to be enough? And I don't even believe in, I don't even have no spirituality, but I ain't knocking nobody else though. I'm not saying you don't do your thing, but I'm just saying, hey, if the theory holds up that we're made from this, then why are you constantly stepping out of nature while I embrace mine? Men ain't never gonna be sorry for fucking a bunch of hoes if they have the opportunity to do so. You're never gonna shame a man. Okay, at the end of the day, it don't matter what the fuck you think. Guess what? You have a choice to make. You can either deal with that man or you don't have to. That man tells you something that you feel you deem that's not up your alley. Guess what? You don't have to deal with him on the level and get to an end game. You could just, you can bow out and he can do the same. I'm not saying you got to be disrespectful or curse somebody out. I ain't saying none of that. I'm just saying you can have a conversation. You can talk about things. But guess what? If a man asks you about your past, if women knew what they was doing, if they knew they were so fucking solid, then why are they lying about the shit that they do? But they know in reality that shit ain't cool, because if it do, how come you staying in the closet? All right then. So as adults, class is out. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna jump back on in because I understand some other people want to get in. Shout out to Belle. She represented. I'm gonna give her flowers. It's always cool talking to Miss Belle. She always she's a fucking trooper. You know what I'm saying? It's cool talking to Grace. It's cool talking to Grace. It's cool talking to anybody who can be like, you know what? I don't fucking agree with what you're saying, but I know exactly where the fuck you coming from.
Yeah.
That's all we can ask for in life. Fairness. I understand you. You understand me. That was already the first form of communication right there. Too many people are afraid to tell the truth and downplaying the shit there really is. You ain't gonna get nowhere like that. May sound harsh. May sound like, oh, who is this guy? Yeah, okay, somebody feeling it though. Somebody really feeling it though. It just may not you be tonight. You might be the person crying on your pillow tonight. I need a man. Oh well. You had your chance. You fumbled the bag. More than likely. But all right, Honcho, bro, I got some shit to do, nigga. I was up in here making cookies and shit, nigga. I'm with the kids. He ready for me to go watch some shit on Roblox or something on YouTube. I just want to be able to call in. I'm gonna get up in the chat, you know what I'm saying, handle a little business, you know what I'm saying. I got some other shit to tend to. But it's always, you know, it's always a pleasure. And nigga, what's up with the sauce, bro? What the fuck, bro?
Hey. We coming. It's been some things going on. I'm gonna call you. What's tomorrow? I'm gonna call you tomorrow afternoon.
Bro, hit me up, bro.
All right.
All right, bet.
All right, that's a bit. Shout out to Wig, man. Yeah. Shout out to Kenny. Yeah. Second. I'm telling you, I got that phone talking voice shit going on. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den? Hey, yeah, hold on. Before we say this, y'all know how many times, like, 'cause I take calls at work now. Y'all know how many times I have to catch myself to not say, what's the motherfucking, like, a lot. I almost fuck it up. All right, what's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the den this evening?
It's Ricky motherfucking D.
What?
AKA the gangster.
What?
This me, baby.
This ain't the...
This me.
Ricky motherfucking
this Ricky
D.
Ricky, yeah.
What's the motherfucking deal? What? I thought this was somebody. Man, what's the motherfucking deal, Ricky? How you been, man?
Man, well, let me tell you, bro. I'm missing you on the other channel.
Yes, sir.
You know, I'm right there with Wink, man. What's up with that? We need to get you on there. Look. Okay, I know this isn't about that channel, but I'm just gonna say this.
Yes, sir.
I'm tired of seeing all these experts on there.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the one thing about the sauce was the people were the main ingredient, and you used to let us come on and talk and even just fill out our feelings about how they do us, you know, the Texans do us and did us and all this other stuff or whatever and what we felt. And there's not another show that does that, and that's what the whole thing is missing. I'm just going to say that. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm taking what you said to heart, Ricky D. I'll take what you just said.
For real, man, because nobody does it. Everybody wants to give their opinion on you know, the Texans, but there's not a show where they say, what do you think? And then you sit down and you just sit there and listen to them, and then we laugh and we make funny jokes about, you know, Gangsta and True Player Cal McNair, which I you know, anyways, let's go on to your subject of what you got here on your show today, man. First of all, here's what I would like to say. Number one is that the whole thing is sad. You know, I feel like it's sad because, you know, the sanctity of what women possess seems to have gone away in a sense. And I kind of the main thing that I wanted to address with this whole matter is, which, by the way, shout out to Wink, man. He made a lot of great points. Is the double standard whole thing. I think when people say, "Oh, it's a double standard for men to brag about how many women they've been with," but if a woman does it, it's wrong. I don't agree in that with that, because I feel like that double standard doesn't just come from men. And that kind of brings up the next question that I have about all of this. What kind of trend is this going to set going forward? Because are we going to get, because, let's look at the rappers, right? We had Nicki Minaj, and then all of a sudden we had all these other girls and all this stuff, and they're all doing the same thing. Is it going to be where the people follow suit, and now the ladies start following suit, and now there's well, I had 42, I had 56, I had 65, or are they going to do what I believe still happens today, where they turn around and go, "Oh, she's a nasty hoe. You don't want to be with her. She's a nasty hoe," right? Is that going to happen? Mm-hmm. Which way is it going to go? It's what I want to see, because then we can finally decide that maybe that double standard doesn't just come from men. Maybe it also comes from women. I think sometimes it's ladies that are battling each other that results in that. The other thing that I kind of going off of what Wink was saying is that after all of that, man, you have to assume, the reason why, again, and this is why I said it's sad, is because you have to assume that, okay, so from 20 to 35, you ended up having 35 bodies, right? And you have to assume that at some point there's a lot of disinterest that goes on. Say you do find that one person that you want to spend the rest of your life with. Now there's this disinterest in what is possibly the best gift that you could have together as a couple, right? Is to be able to show that kind of love and affection, and like Wink said, every now and then blow that back out, And we can't do that because maybe on one side there's not that much of an interest in it anymore, because, man, I mean, it's just routine at this point. And that's where I feel like it's sad. And sometimes I think too, going back to the whole double standard thing, do you remember the Chris Rock special? There was a Chris Rock special where he was saying that the reason why is that because women get offered the D way more than men get offered the snatch, right?
Yeah.
They get offered it, right? So like when we see it, right, when we get it, we gonna brag about it because, man, I got a lotto ticket. Yay! Scratch off $5, baby, right?
Yeah.
When women see it, it's another penny on the street.
Yeah.
And so that's where in my opinion, I think that's where that so-called double standard exists. I've always stated all the time, you could be the ugliest looking hoe. You can go into a place full of men and just turn around and say, "I want some D." There's going to be one nasty dude that turns around and says, "Okay, how can I help you?" And for all the ladies who think that we sit down and right, that we sit down and when another dude has sex with all these women or whatever, that we sit there and go like, "Oh, you're awesome, you're glorified," or whatever. That really doesn't happen. We too turn around and go, "Man, that's some contaminated dude right there, man." And she don't. We talk about old boys in the back. Sometimes hey man, congratulations, whatever. But most of the time, it's like, man, if we know that we got that one friend that's just a male hoe, we're just like, dude, it's not even funny no more. It's nothing to congratulate you about no more. It's actually pathetic. We there's real men that do believe that, man. So that's just the stuff that I kind of thought about when I heard about all this. I was like, man, and I'm a father to 2 daughters, and it's something that I look at thinking to myself, man, is this what what is this what I want them to? I mean, is this something that they got to look forward to now? Is this what is going on in their world? You know, I remember when back in the day when you were a boy, you're a young kid, you know, you didn't want to admit you were a virgin, right? And because that was bad for us, right? And but now it's like, I don't know, like now it's kind of the thing for girls now, and that's scary to me. That's the part that's scary to me, because that's being looked at as the standard, or is it? And I think that's the best question that we can ask each other as on this program tonight. Is that the standard? And if I'm a mother to two girls, right? Shouldn't I be talking to my girls about that? If I'm a father to these two girls, right? Because I'm going to have this conversation, you know, and I you know, and I know for my girls, it'd probably be like, why, please, Dad, don't talk to me about this. But I always believe that I have to tell them, you know, what is what's a quality woman, you know, because the one thing I think people don't understand is men have their selectiveness about them. You know, there's these girls like, oh, that's she wants to be looked at, I'm gonna treat her like that or whatever. But then there's these women that hold themselves to a certain standard, and those end up becoming the women that we actually want, you know, because there's a certain peace that comes with them, you know, and I think that's the biggest thing, man. As we're going on in this world, I think the thing that we're thirsting for is peace, and when I mean peace within ourselves, you know. And I think we thirst for that. We try to find it in these other things, such as, you know, having sex a lot or whatever, or doing what we got to, using sex to get what we want, cars, money, whatever. And in the end, those things don't end up giving us that peace and that wholeness that we're looking for, man. And I kind of just feel like that's where the sadness to this all went, you know, because, and I think that's why Shannon Sharp in that interview got shocked, because I think he was kind of floored at, you know, here's this person that she's kind of a big name, right? I mean, I've known about her. She's this big person, and now to tell us, like, out of all of that you've accomplished, money wise and all that, there's still this thought process about you that you're not happy.
Right. So you look at that, right? And she gave that number, and she gave it, you know, basically without flinching, without too much remorse. Do you think 35 is her honest number, or do you think she's lying about it?
I mean, I don't think well, here's the thing. It doesn't matter, because if you're lying about it, why would you lie about that? Which gives an impression of your thought process of what gives you respect or whatever is very twisted if you're lying about that. And if you're being honest about it, okay, cool, you know. It's not like I don't have 35 mistakes that I've made in my life either, right? You know, but at the same time, and I mean like real mistakes, man. You know, but at the same time, it's kind of like, man, you know, if that is the number, or if it's, you know, or that's still a high ass number, man. And that just, again, it goes back to, what are you looking for? What is it that you're seeking? What is it that you're trying to find? Or what is it that you're trying to mend, do? Because these acts sometimes can be a result of something that's happened in the past, you know, or whatnot, you know. So there's a lot of, like I said, it's a sad thing. It's more of a sad thing to me, And it's like I said, it's sad because that's something that you see from somebody, right? But then now I'm wondering, because of this moment and how much attention it's getting, what's going to be the trend going forward now? Are we going to rebuke and educate, or are we going to praise and appreciate, or try to outdo each other on that, you know?
It's going to go the way you least want it to go.
Pretty much. Then that's exactly what I was thinking, you know? I mean, and this is not just on female rappers, but I mean, just look at what female rappers used to be like back in the day. Like you go and you look at somebody like MC Lyte, right? Probably one of my most respected female rappers ever. And you get her, like I think even too, the other day there was like a concert with them, and she was out there, and then there was these new female rappers and these with, fake everything. Yeah. And it was just like, look at where it went, man. Because everybody's trying to outdo each other or do the most craziest thing more than they're worried about. I don't know, I guess just worried about their craft, being a good MC or whatever. But again, we're going off the topic, but that's just kind of the thing that I can kind of see. And man, just something that I wanted to kind of bring up. I think also too, Wink mentioned something about if you got that one woman or that one man in your life that is very, very good. One thing I would also say too is when somebody can be alone and entertain themselves to a point where they can stay busy and like accomplish things through their day, that's how you also know too, like, I can trust that person, I can be with that person. I know that person, whenever I'm with them, they're going to be worried about what they're going to, and when I'm with them and I'm not actually with them, they're going to be worried about what can they do in their day to make our life together easier, better, simpler, happier, or whatever, and I think when you got that kind of relationship, or that's how you can trust somebody. Y'all mentioned about somebody like that. You don't really know if you can really trust them. Anyhow, man, that's what I had to say about this.
Okay, man, you brought up some very interesting points. You might have actually inspired a topic or two. You said a couple of things I got to think about, especially with that last statement. But Mr. Ricky D, man, this is a extremely pleasant surprise. I did not think it was you calling in. I thought it was a different number from a similar area code. So yeah, right, man, it's extremely good to talk to you, man. It's really good to hear from you.
Bro, I'm telling you, I miss hearing, man. Even my wife's like, hey, how come I'm not hearing what's the motherfucking deal? And I'm like, no, man, and I keep looking. Yeah, man. Okay. But I do got to say, this year, Cal True Player McNair's been all in effect, baby.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, they watched, they listened. You look,
I know it. Huh? I know it. You guys, Wink, Fitz, y'all are the ones that made all of that's going on, and that over there. Y'all are the ones that brought this up long time ago. A long time ago. I mean, even to the point where Toro's on a slab, just like Spitz was saying, he wanted to see him. Yeah. And they're doing that, and I know it because they've even said that their PR, their department went and looked over all of this stuff and realized, man, there's not a true connection to the city. Yeah. And I think what people fail to realize is that Soft Sports was built because of that. And we're trying to say we demand more, we want more, we demand better because we should get better. And that's one thing, when I saw all this, I was like, man, I know the dudes that started all of that. And like I said, the one thing that I always appreciated and loved about Sauce was that I wasn't just sitting there. Y'all did have your segments where you had the round table and y'all gave y'all's opinion and that was it. Y'all didn't take no phone calls. But man, I do remember when you guys would take phone calls and literally let people vent. And back then, we were venting a lot, getting mad and angry or whatever. And as a fan, that was like my go-to thing to do, is to hear other people, so I could realize I'm not that crazy after all. It's other people that are doing this. Is a normal thought process that I'm going through here,
Yeah.
But so that's the one thing that I loved about the show, man. And I don't want, like I said, I don't want to make the den about that, but because I'm gonna respect that. But man, I miss that part, man. I really do. I miss hearing it's your boy Roman and and Penny and all of them, and and then miss hearing Wise mispronunciate everybody's name, all the players' names and stuff, or adding an S to the end of their name. Just the good character stuff. Other than, well, I was at training camp today, and this is what I reported, and blah, 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 and this and that. And it's like a lot of it is good stuff. There's some guys that got some good stuff, not going to lie. There's some good stuff, but it's just not sauce.
Yeah.
Like, that's the one thing. It's just not sauce. Got to get some sauce, baby, because I do think that we're about to cook it up now. I just feel it. Anyways, man, I'm going to get off this phone. Good talking to you, Honto.
All right, Mr. Ricky D, man, I appreciate you calling. Made my evening, sir, man. It was great talking to you tonight, sir. You take care of yourself.
You got it, brother. I'll be talking to you soon.
Absolutely, Mr. Ricky. Good hear from you.
Peace.
What's your job? What's your job? Shout out to Ricky D, man. Shout out to Ricky D. A lot to think about that. Y'all know what time it is. 11 on the dot. I'm finna drop the Discord link. I don't think Discord link is still pinned. No, it's not. Purple Drink, what's the motherfucking D, man? Look, y'all see, y'all start talking, man. Look, you know what I'm saying? Look, it's been on my mind. I ain't gonna tell y'all what's up. Y'all know real soon. Real soon. It's like, I just got off onto some bad momentum because I was really trying to rush kind of beginning of the week. And the first week one, I was switching over to a new job, a bunch of stuff, and I got a little sick, and then my momentum has been off, right? But it has been on my mind, and I just getting my footing on some things. But yeah, for those of you who understand what I'm talking about, those who don't, well, y'all don't worry about that. It's time to get active. It is. It really is. I'll tell y'all more about that. So I got two things I got to do, and then we'll get that taken care of. But I appreciate y'all for watching. Then my little drink has been very good to me. Y'all know we do every day, or not every day. Every time we go live, we slide into the Discord after the stream for the after party. We chop it up. Hey, if you ain't get the chance to call in, you can voice your opinion in the Discord voice chat. Again, I always say, beat me there. Don't meet me there, but it's obviously too late because I'm already in that bitch. Those of y'all who want put revenge, y'all know what to do. Let me see what else. But it's yes, definitely good to see you, Mr. Purple Drink. Shout out to you. It's all good. I'll talk about it later. But I do love and appreciate each and every one of y'all, man. I thank y'all for being here in the den. Again, it is my honor, my privilege, more than anything. It is my pleasure. at Honcho HTX, Instagram, Twitter, Honcho HTX, TikTok. Can't think of nothing else. So, y'all know how we do it. Y'all know what it is. Salute to all you wonderful, lovely people. Yeah, I don't want no Sunday night confession. I ain't even gonna hype y'all up. Y'all don't want no Sunday night confession. Y'all ain't trying to confess on a Sunday night. Y'all log on. Y'all don't even know what I'm saying right now. Y'all don't want no Sunday night confession. I ain't even tripping. I don't even know why I even mentioned that shit. Ain't even worth it. You know what I'm saying? They ain't confessing on no Sunday nights.